Hello, beautiful love lights. I wanted to do a timeless and very special video on retrogrades, why they're so important, and how to use them properly. And at the end, I'm going to bring in some oracle messages for you because Mercury is coming out of retrograde here in the sign of Cancer on July 23rd. So what is a retrograde? A retrograde is when the Earth, in its pathway with that other planet, gets a realignment. It's not lined up in the same form. Normally the planets appear to be moving ahead of the Earth. So we're looking at that planet as if it's moving and it's moving ahead of us, and we're working with it from that vantage point. When it moves into a retrograde, the perspective from Earth is that planet completely slows down, stops, and then appears to go backwards. What it's really doing is it's changing its pathway with respect to the Earth. So the word realignment is the most powerful word I can use here. We are getting a realignment of some form. We are also getting a reboot, okay, and a reframe. Those are the three words I want to give you as a takeaway here. Now, what are the three most important retrogrades we get every year? They're the Mercury, Venus, and Mars, because those are the personal planets. We're going to experience that retrograde on a very personal, individual level. The other planets, we might very well experience them or not. It'll just simply feel like something has slowed down in some area of our life, and that's a good thing, because every retrograde requires some kind of a slowdown, some form of a going inward, because retrograde is also about going inward for the answers. It's not about continuing to look for the answers and the solutions in your outer world or what's happening in your outer environment. It's a time to sit within your own being, within your own body. And during a retrograde, especially Mars, Venus, and Mercury, and especially Mercury, because that happens 3 times a year. That's the spiritual message, is number 3. That is when we have the greatest access to our inner spirit, our inner light, our soul, our guides, our cosmic light team, our ancestors, all right? It's in those retrogrades where we get to deepen every single area of our life that we want to work in. So these are beautiful, beautiful times to sit, to pause, to reflect, to bring in your daily spiritual disciplines, your grounding, earthing disciplines, because you want to be grounded, you want to be fully present in your own being during a Mercury retrograde in particular. But Mars and Venus are just as powerful, okay? So Mercury is about our mental body, how we move through the world through communication, and what we use as our vehicles of transportation and our vehicles of communication. So Mercury retrogrades are a signal to go inward and look at what is your self-talk, what are the languages and the words you use towards yourself and towards others, and what is it you want to maybe change here? Because Mercury retrogrades always give us an opportunity to up-level our beliefs, our thought forms, and our communication. Always. It's about up-leveling, but it's also about reframing, where we get to see it from a different perspective, a different vantage point. Because think about this, from the Earth to that planet that's retrograde, we're not looking at it from the same angle. So we're being invited to always rise above, open your consciousness to see, okay, if I was an eagle flying above this, I would have a vision of everything. What am I going to see now? Okay, so it's about using your eyes to see a different vision. All right, that's what Mercury retrogrades serve more than anything else, as well as that deepening and deeper connection with our soul and inviting our soul to be far more present in our life, and in fact, to be the leader and the guide for our life. That soul connection is incredibly important here. I promise you it will bring more flow, more ease, and more peace into your life when you invest in your soul above and beyond all else. So Mercury retrogrades, at the end of them, what do they bring? A revelation. They illuminate something in your life. They bring some form of clarity forward if you have been present during that Mercury cycle. Now, Venus retrogrades are about relooking at our relationships, beginning with our relationship with self. It's the sacred feminine energy, the goddess within. And how are you honoring your inner creative zone? How are you honoring your love? Because Venus is all about love. It's about the 33 chambers of our heart. And how are we using our love light in the world, right? So during a Venus retrograde, we get to look at how do we want to build or further build our relationship with ourselves? What do we really need from the relationships around us? And how are the relationships in our life working? We get to regrow them. We get to reboot them. Sometimes we have to leave them because our time with that person or that situation has completed its course. So Venus retrogrades are really important in terms of the word relate and relationships, and how are we focusing and building the most significant relationships in our life. All right, and we're going to have a Venus retrograde this fall. And then Mars retrogrades are about our active, divine, masculine impulse. It's about our inner drive, our inner vitality, our courage, our ability to take action and to stand in our personal power. That's our sacred masculine self. And Mars retrogrades occur every 25 months. We're going to have one the first 3.5 months of next year. I believe it's January through March into mid-April. Yep, for about 3.5 months, I think it's going to last. So we're going to have now Mercury, then Venus, and then Mars. So we're going through a really big retrograde journey right now over the next 8 months. So be prepared for this. Please come back to this video. But during Mars retrograde, we get to sit in our energy center. It's about realigning with our energy. So if our energy is cluttered, if it's distracted, if we're leaking energy, the Mars retrograde is going to serve to bring us back to balance. It's going to let us know where we're leaking our energy, where we are not nourishing our energy, because our energy gives us the drive to take action and to stand in our power. So Mars retrogrades are really, really good and very significant, where you want to focus on your physical body during these retrogrades and how you're using your energy and not using it. And you get to revamp this or recreate it in a new, greater format. And then the other two planets that I also think are pretty significant are Saturn. When Saturn's in retrograde, it's all about our life purpose, our karma, the contracts we came here to fulfill. And when it's retrograde, we may need to go back to school. We may need to study some more, gain some new skills. We may be wanting to access clarity on what our mission is. And when Saturn goes direct, then we get to move forward on a new path in terms of our mission. Now, Jupiter retrogrades are about enlightenment, expansion, personal growth, and abundance. So in Jupiter's retrograde, we may not feel as abundant as we normally do. And that's because we need to go inward and expand our inner light so that then our outer world can reflect that. All right. Now the other retrogrades, Neptune, Pluto, Uranus, Chiron, Those are transcendentals. Those are about the collective energies and what's happening in the world around us. It's good to know when the retrogrades are happening and just kind of take notes on how you think they might be affecting you. But more than anything, those tend to affect our environment. All right, so let's dive into the messages here because we've got some really beautiful messages. We've got the light dancer, illumination, the radiant self, and the shining soul. The light dancer is the invitation to live through your soul. Absolutely, because the light dancer is the light within us. It's our inner radiance. It's our divine presence, which comes directly from our soul. So the light dancer is this beautiful energy in the cosmos or the universe that, as we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde on July 23rd, is telling us this energy is more fully present for us to embody, but it's also saying to really reach the light dancer in the cosmos, you must access the light dancer within, which is your inner radiance, and to build on that inner radiance. And everything you need in this world will then be able to move forward. And this could be new pathways will show up for you, because when you work on your inner radiance and asking your light dancer to come out and play, for your soul to be more fully embodied within you, I am telling you, magic will be afoot in your life. Absolutely. So there will be greater illumination. And my question was, what is Mercury coming out of retrograde revealing to us? It is revealing to us the light dancer, the radiance within our own being. That is the most significant message here, and that radiance will bring us the answers that we need, because the light dancer within connects with the light dancer in the cosmos. And it's a direct line from your soul to source. So whatever you need will come through that direct line. And the second message, which is absolutely spectacular, is the healing temple of the lunar light. Life cycles, energy, healing, and communication. The healing temple of the lunar light can only be revealed in the moonlight. It cannot be revealed in the sunlight. So you must become a moon gazer. Go out at night, gaze up at the moon, ask the moon to send its reflection, its light to you. Ask the moon to talk to you. And when you gaze at the moon and you stay in that energetic field, the healing temple of the lunar light may actually reveal itself as an energy, as a feeling, or some kind of visual for you. And the healing temple of the lunar light gives you the most powerful medicine that this universe can provide. And this medicine comes directly from source through the moon's lunar light, through the healing temple to you, through these healing waters. There is nothing in your life that cannot be healed. Nothing. Karmic patterns, ancestral patterns, genetic patterns, it does not matter what it is. If you ask for complete healing of everything in your being, even the unknown parts of yourself, and you call on the energy of the healing temple of the lunar light, whatever she can give you, she will. Beautiful, beautiful message. And then we've got the message of simplification. Simplify your life and focus on what truly matters. Declutter your mind and surroundings for greater clarity and effectiveness. The number is 654. Simplify your life. That will help clarify things. And the last message is trust, 232. Trust in yourself and trust in the universe. Have faith in the divine plan. Have faith in your soul, in your light dancer, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, because the results from your hard work are coming in, and a new beginning is blossoming. Sending you all so much love.